Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Halloween. My name is Dan, and today we are at the Wisconsin Fairgrounds in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Behind me, Morgan Manor, one of the 3 haunted houses that are at this attraction. Today we are lucky enough to sit down with Jim Hughes from Dark Raven Designs. So without further ado, I'd like to sit down and talk to him a little bit where he got his start, just so you guys can find out what he's all about and then see what's going on for the future. So with that being said, stay tuned, keep watching, make sure you hit that subscribe and like button, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Welcome to another episode of Halloween. My name is Dan, and we are actually inside the walls of Morgan Manor at Wisconsin Fairgrounds. That's in Wisconsin. Tonight, I'm lucky enough and privileged enough to sit down with Jim Hughes from Dark Raven Design. We're just going to do a quick interview and see what he's got to say, and I'm intrigued with all the stuff that he makes. So, Jim, how long have you been doing this?
Professionally and full-time since 2009.
Okay. Did you get your start, a home haunter, I would imagine?
Actually started as a birthday party for my nephew around Halloween, or a Halloween party, which morphed into a little garage haunt, which got real popular. From there I was a professional haunter for 8 years, and then moved into the other side of the industry to do sets and animation, mostly props.
Okay, so you do everything from the snakes that we all see at TransWorld to you do set design? Set design,
sets, facades, scenes, yeah, anything.
Okay.
Pretty much anything.
So you've done, it's true you've done it here too, correct? You've built some sets and stuff like
here.
that?
I think we did a greenhouse here, a boiler room, a trophy room, the new foyer room. And
wow.
Next year I think we'll have
awesome, and that's Wisconsin Fairgrounds. I mean, it's one of the biggest. It is the biggest. I'm going to say it. It's the biggest and the best out there. So, and that, I mean, that's got to make you feel good too. I mean, going from a home haunter all the way up to working with the best is
absolutely
simply amazing.
It is amazing. It is.
Is this where you thought you'd see yourself in? From the time of home haunting?
Not at all. Actually, I come from a construction background.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I did mason contracting and home building for 20 years, and then made kind of a big life change to do.
It is tough. It's what I hear. It's tough to make that transition from part-time home haunter to full-time production company, basically, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It's definitely a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice. Like everybody in this industry, you have to love it. You do it because you love it. You're not here for money. There's not that much.
It's passion.
It's more passion. Not that there's no money in it, but there's just...
Right. Not to mention that we're doing this at what is it, like 2 a.m. right now?
Absolutely. After a busy night at Wisconsin Fairgrounds.
Yes, a busy night indeed. Everybody that's been to TransWorld has seen the snakes. That's pretty much your trademark. It's what people know you for.
I think so, yeah. We also have, do the tentacles and vines. The zombie dog is another popular one.
Okay.
And some other, a lot of other things we've done. But I think the snakes, definitely I kind of arrived with the snakes. Cool,
that's great. With the snakes and all the stuff that you show at TransWorld, I'm imagining that you get the bulk of your orders at TransWorld. Is there another way that people can come check you out and see what you've got going on if they just can't make it to TransWorld, or if it's something that they got a special order, or they got something in their head and they're like, oh, I wonder if I could do that. Can I call you?
Sure. And my website is darkravendesign.com. Under construction now, but you can look at the website. You can call, email. And a lot of our work too is custom work.
Okay.
Small stuff, big stuff.
Do you design it too? If you
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. So if somebody's got an idea like, oh, I've got this idea for this room, or I've got this idea for a facade, I can just call you and say, hey, this is what I want to do, and you take my idea and turn it into a full-scale model and then into the real thing, basically.
Correct. Yeah, and we do other things too, like effects or room automation. We've done a lot of custom work, one-offs for some of the haunts.
What do you like to do the most? What's your favorite part of this?
I like to develop new things. I like the research and development phase, coming up with a concept and then seeing it come from just an idea in my head to an actual, finished product. That's the part I like.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. When you're working on something and you think of something and you're designing and you just got that smile on your face.
Yeah, the whole process
time.
Of going through and doing it wrong 5 times, finally hitting on the correct thing and working at it and perfecting it. That's what I really enjoy about this business. Cool. It's what I enjoyed while I was haunting too. I most enjoyed planning, the next year's haunt and making all the stuff for it, which kind of led me into the other side of the industry, since that's what I most enjoyed. But I do miss now, after 5, 6 years of not having an event, I'm still involved in haunts. I'm involved in TransWorld in Buffalo, New York. Okay. Another really good, really big haunt.
Not as good as Wisconsin Fairgrounds, but maybe pretty close.
And this year I did do a new event. I did a zombie mud run.
Oh, okay. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. I think obstacle course races and mud runs have become so popular, and zombie mud runs, I think, are a great marriage between a haunt-themed event and an obstacle course run.
Yep.
With the popularity of Walking Dead and zombies. Zombies are just so huge.
Yep.
And I think you're going to see a lot of haunters trying to do these zombie mud runs, and I think they're well suited to it. It is a haunt-themed event, but it's very different than a haunted house.
Now, your haunted event, do you do it in the summer, spring, fall, winter? I mean, you're outside of Buffalo, so right. I mean, I would imagine winter's out, given the colder.
Winter's out. Even spring is iffy. My run was in September, which I think is a perfect month because it's people are already kind of in that fallish mode, but it's basically still summer weather.
And this was the first year you've done this?
First year. It was the first year event.
Did people like it?
Oh yeah, it was a good event. It was really well received and popular, well attended. It was a win.
Cool. Do you know any other hunters out there besides Wisconsin Fairgrounds that does the zombie mud run?
I do. I think Todd Farron is doing one.
Okay.
Bill Criscione's done one.
Okay, sure.
There are others out there, I'm sure. And they're popular. I had a lot of competition in my market. And I think it's the next thing. I think we're going to see a lot of people give it a shot. Yeah, I'm excited. We did one here at the Wisconsin Fairgrounds in the spring out here in Wisconsin, and it was a whole lot of fun. I mean, people received it, embraced it, and loved it. And I mean, we had people signing up the next day after the run was over. I mean, it's a whole lot of fun. Just being a part of it is a blast. I'm excited that you guys are doing it too, because to see somebody on the East Coast and somebody in the Midwest, and just everybody does their own little thing, and they're like, oh, that's cool, I like that, oh, I like that. It's a whole lot of fun to watch and participate in, and it's fun to bring the haunt theming to something that's not a haunt, and people are doing them in the spring, so I mean it's a whole other avenue to do what we love to do. Yeah, it was build events. Yeah, and haunt-themed events. Yeah. It's a haunt-themed event you can do in the spring. In the spring. It's a 6-month mark, So, yeah, it is something for people to consider doing, I think, if you're cool. Now, is there a way that we can take a look at that? Obviously, I'm sure there's a website. Is it Buffalo Zombie Mud Run? Buffalo Zombie Mud Run. Okay, and you have I have a really good Facebook page. Facebook page as well. I'll put all the links in the description below so you guys can check that out. I'll also put the links in the description below for the Wisconsin Zombie Mud Run, as well as Dark Raven Designs website and links to Wisconsin Fairgrounds as well. So you will be at TransWorld this year for 2014? I think so. I think we will, yeah. 2014. 2014. Yeah. March. Dark Raven Designs will be at TransWorld, so check them out. Do you have your booth number yet already? Or? I do. I don't know it offhand. I know I have reserved. If Jim remembers, he'll send me the link, and then I'll put that down there so you guys find it. And then you guys can check them out. Make sure
if you do see him down there, tell him you saw this video, and he'll give you a smoking deal, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So with your experience from your history all the way till now, till the future, if I can get this right, you started as a home haunter in the late 90s?
Late 90s.
And then that location grew into a commercial haunt or a pro haunt, as you would say?
What happened was, yeah, a nearby local pumpkin farm wanted me to do a haunted house there in one of their barns. So that's how I started.
Okay.
2 years after that, the biggest haunted attraction in my market went under, and I actually was able to move into their venue. I stayed there 4 or 5 years, and then the market got crowded with haunts again. So I teamed up. I lost that location, so I teamed up with another haunt who kind of needed teaming up with as well, and we did that for a couple of years. And then when I started the designs, Dark Raven Designs, there was just no way to do both. There just wasn't.
Yeah, it's tough. I can imagine
people
how tough it is.
People that build haunts, and they know what it takes, and the other side of the industry is not easier. It's just as hard. And I think it's harder because it's a longer season for you.
Yeah.
So there's really no way to do both at the level we're doing it at.
Okay. So you chose to move away from haunting and more into the
vending side
of it.
Right.
Okay.
And because that's what I most enjoyed about doing the haunted house, was building the stuff. So I've been able to build stuff for every major haunt that you've heard of. I've probably got something in there, as well as I've been able to travel to Europe and Asia and work attractions.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool to just be a guy that was a construction worker that loved this stuff and taught himself to do it, and just it is kind of,
it's just ever evolving, basically.
Yeah, it's been a great ride so far, and a long way to go. So.
Well, this is Jim Hughes. Once again, he owns Dark Raven Designs. He does everything from set design to set building to props to facades. So anybody out there, whether you're a home haunter, pro haunter, confused individual, come check him out. All the links will be in the description below, and it was a pleasure.
Thanks.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you later. That's a wrap.
Good deal. That was painless.
So, that was the interview with Jim Hughes of Dark Raven Designs. If you guys have any other questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. I will have all the links that we had talked about inside the walls of Morgan Manor to go to in the description section in the comments below. If you guys like this video and you want to see more of this video or any other videos that we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button up at the top. Make sure you like this video so that we know that this is something you guys want to keep seeing. And make sure you leave comments in the section below. Again, one last thing, I'd like to say thank you to Dark Raven Designs and Jim Hughes. I'd also like to say thank you to the Wisconsin Fairgrounds for letting us film. Thank you to everybody else. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Have a happy Halloween and stay scary.